everybody, I'm Scott Stanton, the original Tombstone tourist, and we are back in Montclair, New Jersey at Rosedale Cemetery, a beautiful cemetery in the springtime on Mother's Day, so there's lots of traffic and lots of people paying respects. But today, we are remembering the forgotten Amelia Mollie to her friends Maggia. She was the first known fatality at age 24 of a group of women known as the Radium Girls. Now, who are the Radium Girls? It's approximately 50 women who died due to a horrible, tragic, quote, accident, but they were ingesting radium, pure radium. Let me tell you how it starts. So she was hired by U.S. Radium Corporation in New Jersey here, and their job was to paint illuminated dials, and they used a special paint that contained radium. You're probably going, Scott, what the hell? That stuff's highly radioactive. Well, it was only discovered by Madame Curie over in Europe, I believe, in the late 1800s. And we all know how she died. She's buried in a lead-lined casket, and her papers will be radioactive for 500 years. People can't even read her materials. But I get off point. Radium was thought to be safe because in some instances it cured cancer or killed cancer cells. So they said, oh my God, we should put this in everything. And they did. But specifically, US Radium Corp had a lab, and the doctor there created a paint with radium so a watch like this in the military would glow in the dark. Same with airplanes and heavy equipment, anything used in the war effort, you name it. They painted it at US Radium. This was considered a highly desirable job for women. Now, what they did, how did they apply it? Well, they took the pen as a camel hair brush, and they would tighten it. They were told to tighten it with their lips, dip it, and paint the dial. Nice clean lines. And repeat. They're ingesting radium 200, 300, 400 times a day. Now, they were told it was safe by US Radium Corporation. So what did they do? Well, they saw it glow, so they would put it on their cheeks as makeup. They would paint their fingernails, not knowing that they were in contact with this highly deadly radioactive material. Just after 2 years, Amelia started feeling the effects. She was getting really sick, and she had terrible teeth pain. And she went to the dentist, and he pulled the tooth, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. So she was like bleeding all the time. Then she had to go back shortly after, and another tooth. And next thing you know, the doctor was about to pull a third one, and her whole jaw came out, like literally broke off in his hands. And she could not stop bleeding. She was in horrible pain. The radium was settling in other areas of her body because radium just travels indiscriminately. Some people had their hips were disintegrating, others where it was ballooning up their jaw. You've seen pictures of it. Here's a picture of poor Amelia's jaw. Looks like Swiss cheese. Just terrible. So, what had happened was she died, massive hemorrhaging in the body, and the coroner put syphilis. And you know why he put syphilis? Because nobody wanted US Radium Corporation to be found guilty of anything. It was a highly successful company. It traded on the stock exchange, and everybody in town, the judges, the doctors, everybody was either active with them, contracted with them, or owned stock. So the gig was in. It was a setup. So all these women started dropping dead, horrible deaths. And they said, finally, a doctor came forward and said, it's radium. Radium is killing these girls. And so they sued him for $250,000. But what did US Radium do? Oh, I'm sorry, this witness is out of order for 3 months. Oh, can we have a summer delay for vacation? They delayed it, and why? Because all these girls were dropping dead. So, after the legal proceedings were done, or during the leading proceedings, they decided to exhume her body and open up the casket. And what happened? It was glowing. It was highly radioactive. I don't know if she was put in a lead-lined coffin, but they have taken readings here in the past, very radioactive. And that kind of sealed the fate, but still, the judge was in on it, the lawyers were in it, they were all shareholders. The girls only got $10,000 plus $600 a year in annuity for the rest of their life, and only a couple of them lived long enough to even see a year of that annuity. So, could it possibly get any worse? Yeah. So, US Radium knew all the time. They took the lab that developed the paint that was on site. It was in a separate building, and it was all lead-lined curtains, and all the doctors, or the people that created the paint, they were fully protected. But if you walked out on the floor, everything glowed. The tongs, the carts that carried the dials, everything. The whole place was radioactive. They knew. And the only time that it got taken seriously is when the doctor who developed the paint died of cancer-related a disease that was from the radium. And then they said, oh, maybe we should do something about work-safe studies and things like that. So there is a fabulous book called The Radium Girls. Here's the cover. And this has pictures and everything. It's a great, fabulous read. And I do not know why that they have not created a really good documentary or Netflix series on this. There's one out there, it's okay, but some of the documentaries on YouTube are actually very good. And if you want to see those documentaries, you come to my website, The Tombstone Tourist, and I will have all the documentaries, all the videos, the interviews, and the exact location. She's buried in the back next to the maintenance shed here at Rosedale Cemetery. Again, I am Scott Stanton. Happy Mother's Day. I'll see you down the road.